appear in the English translation and is therefore not offered, or will not be offered. Mr. President, the witness Ikeda will now be sworn. Do you swear to state, according to your conscience and truth, not to conceal anything from, nor to add anything whatever to the truth?
証人は自己の良心と正に従い、真実に照らし、何事をも黙秘せず、また真実に対し何事をも聞かせることなく証言をなすことを誓約します。
Mr. President, the witness Ikeda has been sworn and signed the oath of witness. Please state your name and residence.
証人、あなたの姓名と住所を述べてください。
池田純久、東京都中野区鷺宮4丁目472。
My name is Ikeda Sumihisa. My address 472 4丁目Saginomiya, Nakanoku, Tokyo.
Let him be handed defense document number 2962, please.
証人に弁護側文書2962号を示してください。
Examine that and state whether it's your affidavit, duly executed by you.
証人、それを調べて、それがあなたによって作成、署名されたところの宣誓公共書であるかないかを述べてください。
私のものであります。
This is my affidavit.
Are the contents true and correct?
その内容は真実にしてかつ正確でありますか？
その通りであります。
Yes, as you say.
I'll offer in evidence the affidavit, defense document number 2962, except, as previously mentioned, the last sentence thereof.
Admitted on the usual terms.
それは条件付きで受理します。
Defense document 2962 will receive exhibit number 3708.
弁護側文書2962号は法定書3708号といたします。
I read the affidavit, omitting the formal parts. 1. I am a former Lieutenant General of the Japanese Army and served under Commander-in-Chief of the Guangdong Army Umezu as Vice Chief of his staff from the 1st of July 1942 to the 18th of July 1944. On the 17th of July 1944, a telephone call came from Tokyo conveying an order for General Umezu to come up to Tokyo as soon as possible, and which simultaneously conveyed an informal order for his appointment as Chief of the General Staff. At that moment, as it happened, I was calling on him on other business, and he consulted with me, saying as follows: Since from the very beginning I have opposed the war against the United States, I hate to accept this appointment. Moreover, the war is now in a condition unfavorable to us. There are no more measures which I can take as Chief of the General Staff. In every way, I do not like to accept it. Is there any way to refuse? Then I replied, as the War Minister is one of the government officials, you can, upon being consulted concerning appointment to that post, give your opinion about accepting it, and if necessary, you can refuse it. After that, on the 28th of July, 1945, I was appointed President of the Combined Planning Board of the Cabinet, serving under the Suzuki Cabinet. Until the surrender, I attended every Cabinet meeting, and also I attended the 2 Imperial Conferences. Especially, I served the part of liaison between the Army and the government. In order to carry out this purpose, I often met and talked with War Minister Anami and Chief of the General Staff Umezu, and I was quite well informed about the opinion and the delicate circumstances of the Army concerning the surrender. When some of the military officers were anxious about the compromising attitude of the cabinet and the Jushin, and advocated that the army should continue the war even by carrying out a coup d'etat, Umezu told me as follows: "Such conduct is not proper at all. The circumstances of today do not permit such conduct. The whole country should follow the determination of the Imperial Conference without fail."
All the accused will be deemed to be men of unblemished character, except so far as the evidence indicates the contrary.
反対の証拠が出ていない限り、隠るところなしとみなす。
In Iraqi's case, further evidence will be received in reply to the supplementary affidavit of the witness Takabe.
荒木
In Hirota's case, we will receive the evidence of those witnesses who were abroad when his individual case was being presented.
広田の個人立証段階については、証拠提出中において海外にあったところの証人のに関するところの証拠は受理する。
And whose testimony was not then available.
すなわち当時証言することが不可能であったところの証人。
受理というのは聴取する。In Oshima's case, we will receive the two affidavits which Mr. Cunningham proposes to offer.
大島被告の個人立証段階については、カニンハン弁護人より提出の申し出があったところの2通の宣誓公共書を受理する。
We'll recess for 15 minutes.
Но скажите, Умэдзу именно вас пригласил выступать на этом процессе одним из своих защитников, не так ли?
But General Umedzu asked you to become one of his counsel at this trial. Isn't that so?
そうであります。
Yes.
Не является ли примером особого доверия, проявленного к вам со стороны Умэдзу, обсуждение именно с вами в 1944 году вопроса о том, принимать ли ему пост начальника генерального штаба, о чем вы пишете в своем афидевите?
Isn't an example of the fact that Umedzu especially trusted you, the discussion he had with you in 1944 of the question whether Umedzu should or should not accept the post of Chief of the General Staff, about which you write in your affidavit?
おそらく参謀長にも相談なさったと思いますし、私にも相談なさったのでありますから、それだけで信任ということは判断がつきかねると思います。
I believe he also consulted the Chief of Staff, his Chief of Staff, besides consulting myself.
Кабинета министров 28 июля 1944 года, то есть сразу после прибытия
Mr. Witness, tell us, wasn't there an element of favoritism on the part of Umedzu